Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Collingwood Connection. I'm Will, joined as always by the Fossil down in Patterson Lakes. How you going this week, mate?
Yeah, good thanks, William. Yeah, geez, you come round quick, William, from the Thursday night games. But the old Fossil got the away top on the night, Will. We got the white one for the away games and black for the home games. But yeah, looking forward to a big game tomorrow night. It should be an absolute cracker. So hopefully the Pies can do us well.
Yes, exactly. Happy Easter, everybody, all the Collingwood Connection family and all the Collingwood supporters out there. Hopefully, the Magpies can give us a nice early Easter present this week. Fossil, I've got the home Guernsey on always, so we'll fingers crossed we can get the job done in the away stride. So, yes, tomorrow it's Thursday, April 2nd at the Gabba. We have Brisbane hosting Collingwood, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll kick us off this week with the Brisbane Lions themselves, the back-to-back premiers. They're 13th currently with a 1-2 record. They defeated the Saints last week by 33 points to get their first win on the board. And after a bit of an arm wrestle for three quarters, they really did flex their muscles and absolutely smashed the Saints in the fourth quarter. 7 goals to 2 with that devastating ball movement that we know they're capable of. The Lions are missing a host of regular players, as we know, with McLuggage, Harris Andrews, Darcy Gardner, Noah Ainsworth, Jack Payne, and Eric Hitwood all out at the moment. A lot of tall stocks there, so both sides are looking rather small at the moment. Fossil will touch on the Collingwood changes, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting tactics in this one. Changes for Brisbane this week. They've got the two changes with Dara Joyce, the 195 centimetre key defender is replacing Gardner this week, and a medium forward, James Tunstall, is coming in for medium defender Noah Ainsworth. So the Lions will be moving the magnets around a bit this week, Fossil, but yeah, I think both sides will. It'll be a very interesting watch and adjustment this week. So, how about those Collingwood changes, Foss?
Yeah, yeah, just the two, William. Unfortunately, Pendles and Moore are out, but they've brought in Sullivan and Hayes, which was a bit of a surprise. But I think with the conditions up there, maybe they think the ball's going to be on the ground a fair bit. But I would have went with young Parker and Anderson actually if I'd have been picking the sides. But that's what we've got. So yeah, obviously they think the ball's going to be on the ground a fair bit. And Collingwood last week they beat the Giants by 33. And the Lions beat the Saints by 33. Will, so we might have a draw this weekend, William.
Oh,
It
please,
could be a
please
nil
don't.
or draw.
Please don't do that to the Collingwood supporters. A close win is enough. So, yeah,
Yeah.
fingers crossed. Hopefully it's a cracking game. Your key matchup for this game.
Well, my key matchup, Will, I've had a bit of a think. Will Ashcroft's been in magnificent form for the Lions, and I'm going to put Josh Stakos on him, because I think Dacos can still get plenty of the ball. Ashcroft's 182, Josh is 178, but I think when they go forward, Ashcroft might have to have a bit of a think, because if they do turn the ball over, Dacos can be very dangerous. And I just thought that he might be a good match for him while they're both on the ball. And like Josh will still get plenty of possessions anyway. The way he's playing, he's in really good form. And if Ashcroft goes to go forward and Josh is on the ball, well, somebody like Guanar or somebody like that could probably play on him. But I just thought, they might just try something different, because I think he might be a bit too quick for Perriman. Would that be a fair assumption, William, do you think?
Yeah, Perryman's a big body as we know, and yeah, he's pretty slick, young Ashcroft, and yeah, he gets off the chain. He's pretty dangerous. So,
Mm.
yeah, no, that'll be an interesting matchup. It'll force both of them to play a bit more defensive, but yeah, it'll be interesting what matchup comes around. I've also looked at some sort of tagging. My question is, do Brisbane tag? I'm looking at that Jared Berry and Nick Dacos matchup this week. They've tried this before, the Lions, and Nick's absolutely destroyed them, particularly at the Gabba. He's averaged 34 disposals and 6 marks. Also kicked a goal the last two trips up to Brisbane, so he's been very dominant. We've won the last two up there, so that's some sort of form to take with us. And we know our Magpies travel fairly well, but last time Berry went to him after half time, but the damage was already done by Nick. So I'm very curious to how they're going to, where they tag him at the start, do they tag him in the second half, or maybe they don't tag at all because last week against Nasiah Wanganing Millera, Brisbane tagged him in the first half and they held him, quiet to a degree, but in the second half they took the tag away and let their midfielders just play the way they want to, and obviously paid off big time. They just, very much attacking and forcing the Saints to be more defensive. So yeah, that's going to be a big watch for me this week. If he doesn't go to Nick, hopefully he has a great one. But yeah, very interesting watch with those two.
Yeah, no, it should be a very good matchup, like you said, Will. But yeah, I think the Pies, they've probably done their homework, and their team defence is going to be a big factor because I think last week Brisbane had 11 goal kickers, so it'll be just interesting to see how they go because they've only got the two big boys, Draper and I think Allen, and then with Steen in the ruck, well, maybe Frampton will take one, and Cameron might go back to help out. They'll probably just see how things are going at the start, but. Yeah, I think the ball's going to be on the ground a lot, Will. So the field kicking is going to be very important. I think that's where Collingwood, like they move the ball quick, and they've been kicking well. So hopefully they can do the same on Thursday night. Under the conditions, it might be a little bit harder, but they can move the ball quickly. So and like I said, their team defence is going to be a big factor on who's going to win the game.
Yeah, well, one thing that's kept us in a lot of these games and the last few years helped us win a lot of them is our Collingwood can play the motions of the game fairly well, unlike a lot of teams, and that comes with that old age experience. If we're losing, it's no good. But yeah, what pays off in the long run is that they play by scenario. So if we need to control the footy and kick it around like we did against the Saints, they were far too mature for the Saints, and they handled the moment better than them, and then. It's sort of a bit late against Adelaide, but Collingwood tried to roll the dice a bit and got us back in the game. So hopefully, they can find that balance. And Brisbane like to kick and mark and try and find a way through the middle. And Collingwood's been very good, obviously very good defensively as always, but they've been trying to push the teams to the wings and give them those cheap passes down the line, which isn't really effective. And we saw that last week against the Giants. We forced them to take more shots from the 45 or less than the 45 degree towards the boundary line, which really put off the Giants kicking a lot. So, yeah, if they can keep that up, they're going to give themselves a good chance. But we know Brisbane are going to give themselves plenty of opportunity in front of goals. So it'll be a very interesting watch in that degree. Oh, sorry, a very, very interesting watch there. So your predictions this week, Fossil, we'll do the most disposals, goals, and
Yeah.
how much the Pies will win by.
Yeah, well, I think with the ball being on the deck a bit, Jack Cripps normally plays fairly well up there, William. So I think he could have another big game. He's in good form, and my boy Jamie Allett, one day he's going to get me right, William. He's going to kick four. He's going to have a big one this week. He's
Hope
about
you're
ready
right.
to fire. He needs to hold those marks, and I think the Pies. I think they'll get up by 17 points. Will.
Well, that'd be a nice, comfortable win. With Crispy, how many disposals do you reckon?
I think he'll get 29, William. 29. Elliott kick four, and Collingwood by 17.
If we win the game, I don't mind at all, Fossil. But yeah, it's hard to not pick the little master Nick Dacos. I've gone with an older veteran too, the smiling assassin, Sidebottom. He had 31 disposals last week, and this time last year, as Collingwood fans would remember, he was absolutely white hot. He probably got a few early Brownlow votes, particularly early in the season last year. So I reckon if he's hit his straps again, I'm going to put him down for 33. He knows how to handle the conditions fairly well. Most goals this week, I was pretty good with Membry last week, but I think it's McStay's turn. Another one back in form. He kicked a couple of goals and got his hands on the footy a lot more. So I'm going to put him down for three against the old Mub. He's got a bit of fire there as well. And I'm sorry to do this, Pies fans. If we do get a win, it's going to be by a point because I'm not as confident this week traveling up there, and I think we're going to miss Pendlebury and more. A lot of experience there, and obviously more out of the defense. It looked really good last week against the Giants, but only for that one game. So they're going to have to be good again to get the job done. I'm always hopeful, and I'll tip the Pies, but yeah, it's going to be a very interesting watch tomorrow night. So we're flying through this fossil. We're at our last little one here. It's the Collingwood Connection messages. So thanks, guys, for sending them in. I only wrote down one because we hadn't had a lot of time tonight. So this one's from Ken Fossil. It's Fossil. I'm a long time pie man like yourself. Speaking of the oldies, which senior players out of Howe, Sidey, Pendles, Crisp, and Membry do you think won't be there in 2027?
Our Chris memory, yeah. Probably, I don't know about Jeremy Howe. Will I don't know whether he'll go round again. He's got a lot of soft tissue injuries, but it's hard to say. Like they might prove us wrong and all play well and go around again. You just don't know. But I think, yeah, probably. Yeah, who was the other one? Chris Pendlebury.
I pretty much named all the old guys there. Howe,
Yeah,
Sidebottom, Pendles, Jack Crisp, and Membry.
yeah. It depends what sort of year they have too. Like in if they can get through the season and with not too many injuries. But yeah, Howe worries me a bit the way he plays. Like he's jumps a lot and he gets up in the air a lot. So maybe, yeah, it could be his last year, I think, Will.
Yeah, man, you reckon the other four might go around? That's fair enough. It's hard to argue. I know Pendles is unfortunately injured along with Moore, but the other guys seem to be, doing their job and doing well each week. So, and
Yeah.
hopefully Membry, if he does keep on that form from last week, then I'd say sign him off for another year. So, fingers crossed they can just get the job done. But I agree. I think how his injuries have really taken a toll, and I just had a feeling this was going to be his last year salute. So. Hopefully, Ken, we can finish on a high note and send him out with another premiership. That'd be nice. And yeah, the other fellas that if we do win the flag, another couple might just join in, want to finish on a high fossils. So we'll see how that goes.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well,
Well,
thanks
well,
for that, and thanks for sending that in, Ken, and anyone else. We appreciate your feedback and the comments we get on the videos. We try and get around to everybody. And if you haven't yet, like and subscribe, and like we said last week, tell your friends and family. In the next coming weeks, we're going to look at getting some little prizes up. So we'll work it out with Fossil. We'll do some pre-game predictions, and whoever gets the closest will. I think I'll look to get a Collingwood Facebook page up. That's where we get a lot of the attention, Fossil, when I post some videos. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes, and we'll try and get some competitions going, try and get some prizes, only for Collingwood supporters, of course. So, thanks, Foss, and hopefully a good result tomorrow night.
yeah, thanks, William. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully the boys put in a good performance and we can get the 4 points. It'll be a great result for the club.
Oh, exactly. All right, guys. Till next time, go Pies. Hopefully, good
Go
weekend.
Pies. See you, Will. Bye.
See you guys.